Hello everyone, I wanted to do a tutorial on this Bowser fight for Super Mario World 11 Exit with a cape. I've watched a couple other videos to show me the visual cues for what I'm supposed to do, but some additional explanation about maybe what I do might help some other people out there. So let's go ahead and walk through what I do and I can talk about that. So into the fight here. Um, Not a whole lot you need to know right here. You're basically waiting for Bowser to start his attacks here. What's going to happen is he's going to go left, right, and then on the second left, whenever Bowser gets to about right here, you want Mario to run, and then you want to jump at about this block here. Jump and hold B. So Mario gets a full jump and flies with his cape. And as soon as he leaves the screen up here, you will let go of Y. You want to do that so that Mario floats down slowly. What I do is when he leaves the screen, I let go of Y and I do a 2 count. And then tap left, because really you don't want Mario to fall along this wall here. You want Mario to kind of fall somewhere over in here so you can hit this Mecha Koopa on the left hand side and not the one on the right hand side. So let's just watch that and see what it looks like. So here it comes, third time across. Run, jump, and hold. And there you go. So what you want to do, or for what I want to do, is I want to hit this Mecha Koopa that's on the left-hand side so that the one on the right is still alive, which you're going to kill anyway, but it seems to be easier to kill this one for me. So let's go through that one more time. So you have Koopa coming across, starting to run right about at this block right here. You want to jump somewhere between here and hold Y and B. And when you get to the top of the screen here, let go of Y so Mario floats down. Okay, so he's left the screen. I do a 2 count and then I tap left, so that Mario is not just going to slide down this wall. He's going to drift this way. You can do some correction. As you can see, I'm kind of too far to the right here. So when you see that, or recognize that, and you can tap left a couple more times to make sure you hit this Koopa over here on the left. Okay? So that one you destroy. You want to destroy that one. Because you're going to go through another phase of him throwing out 2 Koopas. So, on the phase coming back this way, you want to wait until his propeller is about here. I think maybe about here. Let's see. Yeah, you want his propeller to be about here. Then you're going to run to the left, and you're going to take off about here. And do the same thing. Well, some of the same thing. You're going to jump. You're going to let go of Y whenever you leave the screen. But you're not going to press any buttons from here, because you want Mario to drift down this wall and hit the Koopa that comes out to the left and bounce it back on him. So I left the screen. There's the Koopa. You hit him. Everything's good. Now, this Koopa, the second Koopa that comes out, you want to keep him in in the state that he's in. I can't think of a word to use for right now. A stun. You want to keep him stunned until the next phase starts. So typically, whenever I do that fight, I get a lot of fireballs over here. So I want to make sure I get the Koopa over here and then fly to the other side and avoid all the fire. This, I think, is kind of interesting. So when you start this phase of the fight, you basically want to do is you want to bait the clown car into floating right around here. But this Koopa is going to wake up, and he's going to start walking this way and then come this way. So what I like to do is, when this mushroom gets to the Koopa, do like a spin and flick that Koopa away, and then, or flick the mushroom away, and then kick the Koopa to re-establish how much time he has for him to be in the stun state. Okay? So you'll see that I do this. Flick it away, kick. Okay? And when I do that, I immediately start looking to the left. I'm not sure if this is a manipulation for the Koopa or a manipulation for Bowser, but that's what you want to do. Or at least that's what works for me. Let's put it that way. So Bowser comes over. He's going to do his back and forth thing. I'm going to crouch and look to the left. When Bowser stops, this is when you want to stun the Koopa, like jump on him, leave him stunned, and you're going to wait for the cannonball to appear. Once the cannonball appears, you want to run to the right, and you're going to want to take off somewhere around here, I think. Stunned, I start running. You pick up the Koopa, you take off. Okay, when you take off here, you want to tap left, so that when Mario slides up this wall, he's facing to the left. And why you want to do that is, whenever you're floating downward, you're going to release this Mecha Koopa at a certain point. So, I took a very long time to do that. I waited to turn left until I was way up here. It doesn't matter. As long as you turn left before I think you leave the screen, I think you're okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to wait for Bowser to get his propeller over this block right here. And then you're just going to release the Koopa by releasing, I believe, Y. And what's going to happen is you're going to be at a height, and the Koopa is going to eject from Mario, and it's going to hit Koopa somewhere on the left-hand side. So let's take a look at that. I'm up, I release, I hit him way over here, which is really good. So why does this skip one of the ball cycles? So if you do any of this too early, you're not going to skip the cycle. Okay, so say I started running when Koopa was here or somewhere in here. I got up in the air and hit him before his actual ball cycle began. If I hit him before his cycle began, it's not going to cancel it out. So basically what happens is, by the time that Koopa hits him, whatever code is going on in the background, his clown car has stopped. When his clown car stops, I think that's the trigger for the ball cycle to begin. And I'm hitting him right after that happens. Excuse me. And what that does is that helps skip that ball cycle. So Koopa is going to come back. He's going to come back right to left. You're going to wait until he is over top of this here with his propeller. And you're going to start running this way to the right. And you're going to take off right here and just hug this wall. You don't have to press any buttons. Just take off, hug this wall. And Mario will float down, and he will hit the Mecha Koopa on the right-hand side to end this phase. Take off. Here come the Mecha Koopas. Done. Okay. So just as the last phase ended, you wanted to keep this Mecha Koopa stunned and keep him for the next phase. So do what you have to do. Most of the times when I do this, the fire is going to be in these locations, so you might want to keep that Mecha Koopa somewhere over here all the way to the left so you don't have to do this dangerous jumping. But that's what I've seen. Okay, so one thing here is you can get an early hit in on this phase. The cue I use is when the music starts. When the music starts, I throw that Koopa upward and I hit Bowser. I'm not sure if that's what happens, or if that's the real timing that you should be looking for, but that's what works for me. I hear the music. By the time I react to it, that Koopa, the Mecha Koopa is going to hit Bowser, and I'm going to get a hit in. Okay? So I heard the music. Bang, get a hit. As soon as that happens, run left. And this phase, you know, Koopa likes to bounce up and down a lot. So what you want to wait for is the Koopa to bounce exceptionally close to Mario. And as soon as that happens, you're going to run this way. You're going to run to the right. You're going to take off in the normal location. However, when you reach the top of the screen, you're going to hold left, because Koopa's going to stop somewhere up here. So if you run this way, take off, hold left. By the time Koopa releases the next phase of Mecha Koopas, you're going to step on one immediately and get the last hit in. So this is what that looks like. There's that last hit. You're going to start running. Take off. And right there, you see I start turning to the left and hold it. Koopa stops. By the time those Mecha Koopa comes out, you hit them. And that's the end of the fight. So those are the cues I use. The music cue, I don't know if actually showed up on stream. But that is what I am using for this. So hopefully this helps some of you for this race or in future 11 exit runs. It's not bad once you invest the time into learning where to do things. But yeah, it saves a good bit of time and should help you get at least into the lower 11s. Anyway, that's all I got for right now. So good luck, everyone.